All right.
All right, so are we ready to film this?
Are we recording?
Yeah, we are recording, and we're going to start off by saying Jamie is no longer going to be chiming in here.
Because she...
You are now listening to the Backseat Critics, the movie review podcast.
is going to... Welcome back to the Backseat Critics. My name's RJ.
My name's Andrew. This is a podcast where you review movies that you should steer clear well away from. And this week, we are back to exactly that.
Yes.
As we're going over 2023's
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Wow, I forgot the name of this movie.
It's a very forgettable movie. Very forgettable.
Okay, so I'll be upfront.
We're
not going to do our usual topics here.
There's no topics here.
There's no topics.
No. Topics out.
Woo! Gone.
You saw topics? I said nope. No topics tonight.
We saw this movie and we're like, okay, we're both going to pick Matthew Lillard as our number one.
Matthew Lillard, done. Boom. Shaggy do.
And you know what? That's about it.
That's about it. Done.
This is one of the most boring horror movies I have seen in years.
Snooze fest.
This was incredibly boring. I'm not a fan of jump scares, but I would have taken that over whatever garbage this was.
I would have taken Ronald McDonald over this.
Is this what the games are?
The Hunger Games?
Also.
The Twilight Games?
Wait, there's Twilight Games?
I'd rather watch Twilight than this. Sign me up, Robert Pattinson. Here I go.
All right, stay tuned, guys. We're gonna be diving into the Twilight series
Was
here.
it Kristen Stewart? I'd rather watch her.
You remember that baby with the CG face? Because I do.
Yeah, you know what? Or Taylor. You know what? Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriend, Taylor Lautner. Let's watch him again as a werewolf.
Are you more of a Jacob or are you an Edward guy?
I'm a Jacob guy.
Really?
Dude, Taylor Lautner, Shark Boy at his
Shark
finest.
Boy.
Get out of here. Cut it out. That's done.
But you got Batman.
Listen.
You got Batman.
Listen, I have
I'm
that
peeking
movie
over here. I'm peeking.
Abduction.
I've got peekage.
For Batman, that's cool. But I got Abduction. I
think he was in Divergence.
Divergent. No,
what?
he's not.
Wait. We're getting correction from
He was not in Divergent. He was not in Divergent. But you know what? He was Shark Boy.
Yeah, he was Shark Boy.
And he also dated Taylor Swift for a brief second to bring out one of her most...
That feels like a pretty low bar nowadays.
With his third... You know what? He got her third greatest album out.
His third.
Yeah, Taylor Lautner. Okay.
Lautner.
Okay, it's Taylor Lautner anyways. And
so anyways, Taylor Lautner.
You know, Edward.
Just okay.
Jacob. Team Jacob.
We're gonna start off the facts here, okay?
Yes, facts. Hit them.
Facts.
Boom, boom, boom.
Fast fact for the Backseat Critics. If you want to jump in as a jackal, you're going to jump on the mic.
You're going to jump on the mic as a jackal.
I'm going through puberty right now. My voice is cracking. All over the place. It's $5.99.
$5.99. We got stereos for $2.99.
We got microphone DJ sets for $2.99.
And you know what else we got? I actually got some news today.
What?
Yeah, I got some news today. I'm pretty upset about this news.
Yeah, what's the news?
Doug.
For $10.99.
Have you seen the show Doug?
Yeah, they're bringing it back as adults,
nope,
right?
Cut it out. Cut it out right there. Stop it.
Original cast as adults, bringing back
Disney stop.
Their kids, right?
Disney, stop right there.
Because Doug is having kids with Marjorie, Mallory, Megan,
that's Patty. Mayonnaise.
That was going to be my next guess.
Yeah, stop it right there.
Mayonnaise was like right on the tip of my tongue.
Stop it right there. We don't need this. We do not need this. Stop it.
Stop it?
Stop it. Don't kill what's already great. This is my life story. I don't need this. Listen. For those who are not on a microphone right now.
For the jackals.
My life is average.
Oh, the jackal be approaches.
And my life is like Charlie Brown.
So wait,
Doug.
quickly. Jackal, is it Taylor Lauder? Taylor Louder?
So it's
Tater Totter?
Taylor Lautner. Taylor Lautner. However, I do think it's weird that Taylor Swift dated a man with the same name as herself, but that's beside the point. RJ, your name is not Doug, and it is not Charlie. That's all I have to say.
But my life.
Taylor Lautner?
You know what? My dog in the future, his name is going to be Mowgli. Did you know that?
It's going to be Mowgli?
It's going to be Mowgli. And you know what? He's going to be as smart as Pork Chop in that show. Did you know
Okay.
that? He's going to be as smart as Pork Chop.
He's going to be smart as pork chop?
Smart as Pork Chop.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my dog's going to be right there. And you know what? You know what this makes you, though?
This makes me?
Yeah. This
Me.
makes you Skeeter. Hi, Doug. you're Skeeter in my story. Hey, Doug. Hey, Skeeter was my favorite. He actually has, when Doug goes Quail Man.
All right, and this was the last episode of the Backseat Critics.
When Doug goes Quail Man,
This was it.
this
was it, folks. This was it. This was this was the last episode. The jackal finally used a microphone, and I finally got compared to Skeeter. We're done. That's it. All that's said has been said, and is needed to be said, or wasn't needed to be said, and was said anyways.
Hey, Skeeter was his ride or die.
Skeeter was the Skeeter.
Skeeter was a homie. He was a homie.
And,
Doug was the butthole.
And tune in next week for no episode of the Backseat Critics, because this is it. We're done. We're done,
No,
folks.
Doug was the real butthole in the show. I felt like Skeeter was the real homie. Watch it. You'll learn. You'll learn that Skeeter was the real hero of the show. Doug was just the real average guy. He was the tryhard. You'll learn. He was the tryhard, but realized he's only going to be average in life. And Skeeter was Skeeter.
Skeeter's always Skeeter.
Yep, Skeeter's always skeeting.
And like me, I'm always skeeting.
Yep, skeeting by.
Man, there's no way I can.
But I'm going to get a dog named Mowgli. And he's going to be just...
Whoa,
as-
whoa, whoa,
as
whoa,
pork chop.
whoa,
Wait,
whoa,
wait, wait,
whoa,
wait, wait,
whoa,
what?
whoa, whoa,
What?
whoa, whoa.
By the way, he's going to be a corgi.
Whoa.
Corgi, yeah.
You're gonna name you're gonna have a child and you're gonna name him Mowgli?
Whoa.
You're not gonna name him Andrew?
No. Dog.
You're not gonna name him Andrew?
Dog.
Everyone's got a fantasy about naming a dog after me.
Dog named Mowgli. He's going to be the smartest dog in the world.
No, but the name like Mowgli.
Train that mother sucker.
Whoa.
Sucker.
Wow. You're making me work for those bleeps.
Whoa. Why you got to bleep out mother sucker?
Sorry, say that again.
Suck.
Boop.
Wow. Okay. But you know what? Mowgli, smartest dog in the world. Mark my words on this podcast.
Boop.
You know he's gonna be a real lazy poop in real life.
Yeah,
Actually.
he is.
He's gonna be fat.
He's gonna be a dog. He's just gonna be a basset hound.
No. He's gonna be the laziest. He's gonna be the embodiment of Garfield in dog form. That's what his dog's gonna be in real life.
Oh, you mean my
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Stubbs?
Yeah. But more so with lasagna.
Okay.
Yep. This dog's gonna have a love for lasagna.
I'm pretty sure if you feed dog lasagna, you're a good person.
Yeah, I probably am.
Yeah, I think that's how people get to heaven.
Probably. All dogs go to heaven, so
Yeah.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah, feed
Better
them
movie than
chocolate.
Five Nights at Freddy's. What?
Yeah, jeez, I'm doing anything except talking about this movie.
But yeah, nope. I would say avoid Doug in the future. Pass that. Yep. Moving on.
I don't know. I'm open.
That's my news topic for the day.
I'm open. If it introduces Doug to a younger audience, I'm game.
No, just go back and watch the originals.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Read
That's what
the
I'm saying.
books of Doug.
That's
for
what I'm saying. If the
Jolly G. Willikers.
remake reintroduces people to the originals, what's the harm? That's good.
For shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms.
Beep.
Just read the books. There's books in Doug.
Was that a movie with Denzel Washington?
Yes,
The Book of Doug
the Book of Doug.
came out like 2011, something like that.
Go with snakes on the plane. Actually, it's Book of Eli, but it's okay. It's a good movie. Better movie than Friday Nights at Freddy.
I was making a joke there. You just absolutely just nosedived that.
Yeah, nope. I'm just kind of keep us on traffic. Looking for my chapstick.
I don't know if we can really do a 2-minute summary up top here.
Look, there's a Ford Maverick. That's a better movie. Malibu's Most Wanted. Dropped it. What?
You know the movie The Room by Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah, better movie.
Do you know any movie by Neil Breen?
No, I do not.
Better movies.
That's
Every single one.
You know what's a better movie?
What?
Zombies.
Do you know what the best movie of all time is?
Descendants 2.
Descendants 2.
Let's get
It was an octopus lady.
let's get back to the octopus dragon fights. Jolly G.
This is the
Willikers, Batman.
climax of the movie. They're on a yacht. There's a dancing, but then there's a dragon lady
Listen,
fighting an octopus lady.
I'm not trying to be.
I'm into that.
I'm not trying to be.
No. Can we set aside all of our differences in the world? I know there's some world stuff going on, some differences of opinion, but can we set that aside and let us all enjoy Dragon Lady fighting Octopus Lady?
Wait. I'm not trying to be a cotton-headed ninny muggins here, but
A what?
a cotton-headed ninny muggins.
I'm gonna have to bleep that out because I don't know about that.
That is safe, actually. If you ever watched the movie Elf, it is safe. Cotton-headed ninny muggins.
I'm gonna have to
Google
beep all of
No.
that out.
But you look it up. Look it up.
Jeez,
Movie
who
Elf.
came up with that word?
Will Ferrell.
You sure it wasn't Quentin Tarantino?
Will Ferrell.
David
But-
Duke.
But listen, hear me out. I'm not
Okay.
trying to be a cotton-headed ninny muggins.
Jeez, you're really making me work these bleeps.
But I'd rather listen to this girl that says, "What's my name?" than watch Five Nights at Freddy's. Some girl who's Ursula's daughter that forgets her name. Then
What's
watch
my name?
What's my name? What's my name?
Uma.
That's all.
Yeah, that
It's
was
on my soundtrack at work, and I just kind of play over it. I'll be family friendly.
You know what the better movie is? Girl versus Monster.
Dude, that's probably one of the best movies we've watched.
Honestly, yeah.
I'd rather watch that than probably 70% of the movies we have watched.
Except Alf.
Alf is number one.
Alf is number one.
Number
Alf
one,
is
10 out of 10.
forever number one.
We don't
And
give
you know what?
10
We're
out of 10s, but that is the 10. That's the perfect movie.
we're like 15 minutes in, and we haven't even really touched on this movie.
Okay, so I am actually going to bring it up just because we're probably not going to do
We're not doing
so
any topics here.
tonight. So I'm going to say August Keller. Look him up on Instagram. He is a friend of the show, kind of. Does movie reviews. He puts it perfectly in his review. He gave it like 3s. I think the max, he gave it a 5, maybe for costumes. I think he gave
Out
it
of 10?
5 out of 10.
Okay.
Most of it was 3s, 2.5s. August Keller, look him up. He'll give you an honest review. He's pretty good at reviews. I trust him. August Keller, look him up.
Okay.
Instagram.
I'll tag it down below in the description.
Take a look at him. He's a good dude. Good at movie reviews. Doesn't really do podcasting, but he does good at writing them up. Great summaries. August Keller.
All right, sorry, I'm just looking something up here.
Also, if you look it out there, I guess some people. Let's just talk about the reviews that this movie has gotten real quick. Is that from what I saw is that a lot of people that actually play the games have enjoyed this movie.
Really?
Yeah, I think that they felt like this movie did it justice. From what I've gathered, I haven't played the game myself,
Ditto.
but I have seen that it's kind of like watching the cameras.
That's, yeah.
That's what I've gathered. Maybe I'm wrong, But it looks like you're kind of that security guard that watches the cameras of like a maybe it is an abandoned place.
Oh, you know what? Can I just drop something really quickly
Go
here?
for it. We got time because this movie sucked. So
This movie is trash. So apparently the animatronics
yeah,
weren't CGI.
you can tell they're definitely puppetry. Maybe the eyes, but they're definitely puppetry.
There were some like lighting bits that were really funky. That really look like CGI because they weren't acting in a way that real life lighting kind of works.
You
And
know,
that
I would
was
say the one that would get me would be the fox, where I could be like, maybe that one was CGI. The cupcake, obviously.
the cupcake
The
obviously.
eyes were definitely CGI. I feel like.
But a lot of the lighting in the movie was unnatural, but not in a creepy sense. It just looked like stage lighting. But apparently Jim Henson's Creature Shop worked on this. The same company that worked on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in the 90s.
Good for them. Good for them. They probably have a second movie of this coming out, actually. Maybe.
It leaves off with, I don't even want to say cliffhanger, but it leaves off with something that leads
Could
us to
lead into a
believe.
second. I think they left it off that way, so if this movie was taken in a good lighting, that they have a jumping off point.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they'll actually get to it. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Maybe.
Honestly, I'm open to it if it's scary.
I would say save your money. Don't go to the theaters for this.
Do not go to the theaters.
Go watch it as we watched it. We watched it on Peacock. By Peacock, they have quite a variety of things right now that I'd say might be worth it just to even watch this. Even if it's for a month, just buy Peacock for a second.
Yeah, definitely not worth watching in theaters.
No.
There's nothing terribly like big and cinematic unless you're like a diehard fan of the game, maybe. But like you said, my understanding of the game was it was just like jump scares and watching the camera, which this movie had about
Zero jump
5
scares.
minutes of.
I don't see any jump scare in this movie. It's very predictable.
I hate jump scares. They're the cheapest form of scare tactics in a horror movie. This movie had maybe 2 of them and then applied no other scare tactics at all.
Nothing. Even the electronic, like when they're trapped in like the Freddy's face is like trying to eat.
So honestly, I had to pause the movie, and we had about 30 minutes left when it finally became like Freddy's, where the bear and the duck and the bunny and the fox were going around killing, or like at least coming after him.
Mm-hmm.
There was 30 minutes left in this hour and a half movie
Mm-hmm.
when we finally get to basically the point of the movie.
Yeah, no, it was.
Okay. So
Even then, the point of the movie was kind of trashy.
let's start off. We'll just run through the runtime of this movie.
Okay, let's go.
We start off. There's a security guard.
Security guard. Yep.
He's running from, I believe the fox, because he's scatting away.
It was the fox. I think they showed the fox. It was, no.
They showed the shadow. They showed the shadow, but then
I don't think
it
it
was
was the fox. It was the rabbit dude, wasn't it?
no. So I think it was a fox, because the fox was the one that was scatting later in the movie.
No, because do you remember like because it went into like a fan thing, right? And they showed that was when the robbers were trying to steal. Never mind.
yeah. That's later.
Yeah.
But then it was ended up being the cupcake that
Mhm.
got him.
It was the cupcake that. Yep.
And
And
I
then
gotta
he
say,
got
out of
into-
all
then
the
he got eaten
animatronics,
by
the
the
cupcake
Freddy.
is the best character.
He got eaten by the Freddy costume.
So they strap people down and they take this Freddy mask with little saw blades in it that look like little tiny miniature lawnmower blades, and then just stick it on people's faces for who knows what reason.
Yeah.
And then we're not really sure what they do with the bodies.
They showed it for a brief second later on that they're just kind of laying there.
Just
So-
stuffing them in other animatronics, but we're not sure where they get the other animatronics because it suggested that the dad's working another job, so I'm not sure where he's got the time to make other animatronics.
I mean, I guess if you're making phone calls with inside Freddy's.
But also my question is, like, do you need the full body inside the costume? Because the lady was cut in half later on when they're robbing the place.
If you look, though, they showed those bodies kind of laying around.
Right. But the lady was in a costume.
Was she?
She was. She was.
She was eaten from inside the costume. Like, they saw a hand grab
Right,
her.
right. You're right. Because so later in the movie, there's a group of burglars that break in, and a lady gets grabbed by a kid's hand, pulled into a Freddy's head, mouth.
And they show a shadow of her being cut in half.
And they show a shadow of her being cut in half. But later in the movie, they show, what's his face from the Hunger Games? Finding the bodies, and she's
Pita bread.
pita bread?
Pita bread. Josh
Pita bread.
Hutchinson, pita bread.
They find pita bread. He finds the bodies of them, including her, in puppets, like other animatronic bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Her head sticking out of an animatronic body. Do they need her full body?
Mm-hmm.
So are they sticking both halves back together?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm just kind of going with the move. Just right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Because honestly, I feel like the writers had the same mood.
I'm going with the writers right now because I don't think they knew what they were doing.
I don't think they did either.
Then you have the side story the whole time, Josh Hutchinson and his
Oh
little
my
brother.
Gosh, this was the worst idea ever.
Is that? I want to know if that was in the games. Is that a game thing?
I don't know. I
Is
kind
that
of
just
want to
something
know,
that
but
the
I
writers
also
just kind of threw in?
feel like maybe they could have cut that entire bit out, but if they did, the movie would be like 30 minutes.
30 minutes? 40 minutes?
Maybe.
Maybe they could have put it in with a better story. Just saying.
I just okay. Better movie idea here. They set it up. He's got a new job, security guard.
Mm-hmm.
Weird stuff's kind of happening, but not really. He comes back, night 2. Some more weird stuff. He sees some puppets kind of change position, but not much. Okay, cool. And you kind of slowly build that up to whatever, night 5 or whatever it is.
Isn't that just the movie Mirrors then at that point?
I have not seen Mirrors.
You've never seen Mirrors?
No.
Kiefer Sutherland movie, pretty decent.
To the audience who may not be aware.
Wow, Jamie.
We're seeing a jackal play Foursquare in the back here.
Anyways, Mirrors is a movie where a guy kind of has to I'm pretty sure Night in the Museum probably even drew interest from this.
Okay.
Same thing, sort of. A guy has to watch a abandoned building with a bunch of mirrors in it, and eventually he realizes that there's something on the other side of the mirrors that tries to kill you.
Oh, interesting.
And that is the Kiefer Sutherland Mirrors movie.
Is it good?
I'd rather watch that than this.
That's a low bar. That's a limbo bar.
Mm-hmm. And in all honesty, I'd rather watch Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland.
That is a
And Cameron
limbo.
Boyce.
Jeez Louise. But anyways, that security guard dies. Joel Hutchinson beats up a dad
Josh
in a
Hutchinson.
mall because
he thought he was
kidnapping a kid. But then they go on to explain basically over the next hour and a half that his brother was taken away by somebody. And we don't know who, but it's Matthew Lillard. And we know that from the get-go because it's incredibly obvious. Why would you hire an A-list actor for a extra role?
You knew he was coming back at some point. You're like,
You
no.
absolutely knew.
And
he
they
was coming
flash his name pretty brightly inside the credits in the beginning. You're like, yeah, he's just
back. Yeah,
not
he
in
was
this
like
for
top
this.
billing.
Yeah.
So
You're like, yep, Shaggy Doo, here we go.
zoinks.
Yeah. I love
Anyways,
how
he gets
plays
hired.
Shaggy Doo and everything now.
He gets hired to work at the place because Shaggy's like, "Wow, I kidnapped your brother. You might like working here."
I think he is actually thinking about it because he can't get a job now. I think that guy probably hires people who are down and out and can't get a job anywhere.
Yeah, but he kind of emphasized the fact that like, oh, your last name. You shared the last name with the guy that I kidnapped and killed and
Put inside one of these kids, the creatures. I'm surprised they didn't like touch on that. That which creature was his brother?
yeah, they never.
You think that one
Ever.
of them was his brother at least?
I was hoping it was the cupcake.
They alluded to it.
I was hoping it was the cupcake.
I don't know how you fit the somebody inside that cupcake.
That's what I'm asking. Do you need the full body?
That must have been a baby.
Is it like the ashes? You burn up the ashes of some kid and throw them in a cupcake?
That was an infant.
Oh boy, we're getting dark here.
No, I mean they kind of alluded to that, I guess. With the size of Chucky. Chucky's better.
There are a lot of movies that are better. Do you want to name our top 3 horror movies
We
that
can
are
do that.
better than this?
Okay. Top
Or
3.
or any 3 horror movies that are better than this?
Any 3 horror movies that everybody should check out.
Okay.
That people should check out.
I'm going to preface this with I'm not a huge horror movie guy.
Okay.
But
What's your first one?
you go first.
Leprechaun.
A solid pick. We reviewed that previously. Check it out. Came out in March.
Leprechaun. Yep. What you got?
Boy. You know what? I actually really enjoyed Creep Show.
Okay. Back in the day, 90s. Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
80s actually.
80s.
It's Stephen King and George Romero.
Okay. I'm going to go with Nightmare on Elm Street. It's number 2.
Hey, that's a good one. It's a good one. Slasher. I'm going to stick with anthology films. I'm going to go with Trick or Treat. It's kind of a lightweight horror, but I enjoyed it.
Okay. I'm going to go with a newer one.
Okay.
Us.
Okay.
Check out Us. It's a good one, too.
Okay. That's very recent.
I didn't want to go all old school. I wanted to get a little touch of the new school in there and give a high five to Us.
I gotcha.
I mean, I can go on a big list of what to watch.
I'm going to go with Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
I'm going to go with Halloween Town. I'm going to go Don't Look Under the Bed.
I'm gonna go Critters. I'm gonna go
Gremlins. Gremlins, yeah.
Gremlins. Yeah, absolutely.
Gremlins. I'd rather watch Gremlins.
That's a Christmas movie though.
I'd still rather watch Gremlins.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep, watching that, definitely.
Feel free to flay me, audience, but I'm not a huge fan of Nightmare on Elm Street.
And you have been
Or-
flayed.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
You know what, actually, this is the perfect time of the year to watch Beetlejuice. Just watch Beetlejuice.
Just watch Beetlejuice. It really is.
That's probably that's my number 1 Halloween movie.
It is.
That is always on my list to watch. That is always my Halloween movie.
It's tried and true. It's classic. It's
I'm
crazy.
excited
It's
for
zany.
Beetlejuice 2, actually. It's long overdue.
I am too. I'm curious where they're going to take it, but yeah,
I'm excited to see what Michael Keaton can do.
I love that we're absolutely avoiding talking about this movie because there's nothing to talk about.
I mean, there's a bad storyline.
There's half-done characters.
Let's talk about the cop real quick. Let's go into her.
Okay. Here's my theory.
Okay.
Not a real cop.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
feel you out here now. Okay.
You never see her in a police station. You never see her in any other situation other than just driving around Freddy's. Outside of like this cop supply station, but it's not even a police station. You don't see any other cops in this. Just her in a back room.
That's fair. You know what? I kind of wonder then if that at that point is that I feel bad. I actually feel for Josh Hutchinson's character then because he has so many people working against him.
It
His aunt is working against him.
Yep. His aunt's trying to take his sister away because he's taking care of his.
working against him.
Yep.
I just feel terrible. I feel bad for him that if this girl was actually technically working for her dad for a little bit there. It sounds like.
Yeah, so I mean that's just my takeaway.
Poor Josh Hutch. If that's the case, by golly, it's 3 people versus 1.
Okay, so how many people were in this cast? So we got Josh.
Yep.
We got Matthew Lillard.
We got the cop.
We got the cop lady. We
got
have
little
the
girl,
babysitter. We have the little girl.
the sister, aka the sister.
We have the aunt.
Have the aunt.
We have the lawyer.
We have the babysitter's brother. And
Yep.
his goons. That's 2 goons.
Okay, so we're at 10 people.
And then you have, I mean, if you really want to count, you have the little kid that runs away, that he thought he got kidnapped in the beginning, and the dad there. Sure. And you have his friend, the security guard friend in the beginning. They're touch-based characters. They don't do anything to the storyline. And then you also have you have the little kids inside the dream. That's 5 kids.
So that's
inside the
15
dream.
total.
And then you also...
Or 16.
Those kids also have characters technically in the costumes.
Yeah, but we're not going to count those because those are technically doubles of the little kids.
And you have the security guard that dies in the beginning. Spoiler alert, he dies.
Yeah, so
2 minutes.
you've got 20 characters, but half of them aren't in most of the movie.
No, I think you mostly see 3 characters throughout the movie.
You see
3 or 4.
you see the cop lady, you see
the
potato
sister.
bread, and you see the little girl.
Those are the main 3.
That's it. For 90% of the movie, you see those 3.
Avoid this movie.
Oh, jeez, yes.
If your kid is a
Gosh,
fan
I'm
of
yawning
this
because
movie,
I'm so bored from this movie.
if your kid is a fan of this movie, you could probably let them watch it. In all honesty,
It's
if
not.
you watch it with them.
It's not scary.
If you watch it with them, you're probably okay to let them watch it with you.
Yeah, it's you can. Maybe we're not the target audience for this, but also like, they're touching on some pretty weird things. Sticking bodies inside of animatronics and then cutting people in half and stuff.
I like that theory. That's what they did.
The sticking the bodies inside the.
I did like that part of the storyline.
I did too.
That was a kind of a dark.
But that brings up the question about the cupcake. The cupcake's the size of like a basketball.
That does bring into the question of a
How are you
cupcake.
fitting a body in there?
I'm also a tad bit curious to see what happens to Matthew Lillard's character.
Agreed.
I just want to see because he came in with a booming Spartan kick,
Yeah, he did.
so I kind of want to see what happens to him there.
Is he going to possess the little golden bunny thing? Yellow bunny?
True, that's a good one.
I
That
don't
would
know.
be interesting to see what he pulls out. I mean, it's Matthew Lillard, Shaggy Doo.
Great actor.
He is crazy actor, actually. Like, he can do a variety of things.
He's got a crazy range.
He does.
Shout out to Matthew Lillard. Ton of love to that dude.
Hackers. You see him in Hackers?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Guy is crazy in Hackers. Loved him in Hackers. And then he can play somebody who's just like straight faced,
Totally normal.
totally normal. I think isn't he in School Ties or something like that too? I think he's in School
I haven't
Ties.
seen that.
I believe he's in School Ties, a straight laced normal kid.
Interesting.
Matthew Lillard, crazy range.
I'm gonna check that out.
I think he's in Idle Hands too. He's in a lot of stuff.
Most importantly, Scooby Doo and Scooby Doo 2.
Actually, he's pretty normal too.
Twin Peaks.
Without a Paddle.
Oh. Yeah, I forget about that.
He's pretty normal without a paddle.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, I think we're probably about the time.
Yeah, let's just jump into the final thoughts here. You go first.
Five Nights at Freddy's. So I was thinking of 1, 2, Freddy's Coming for You. 3, 4. You better lock your doors.
Okay.
5, 6. Yeah, might want to grab your crucifix. 7, 8. Stay up late.
Better movie.
9, 10. Never sleep again.
Better movie.
Actually, no. I'm probably gonna lean more towards a 5 for this movie.
Really?
I'm gonna stay towards a 5. I think that the idea of a kid going, from the dark side of this movie, of a kid going inside a costume or in a animatronic, being trapped,
Getting
in there,
possessed and
possessing it, that's kind of enticing. And then the ending of Matthew Lillard and see what he's going to do, that was also kind of an enticing thing. But the rest of the movie I could do without.
I completely agree. I'm gonna give this movie a 3.
Wait. I'm gonna continue for a second here. That's okay. I'm gonna
Okay.
continue one second.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
Hold on, I'm gonna let you finish. But Taylor Swift had the better album. No, I'm just joking.
whoa, whoa,
What the
whoa!
Fudge Taylor Lautner, come your
Did you say Fudge Taylor?
Fudge Taylor Lautner.
I can't read that, Jackal. What are you holding up?
She's saying Cottonhead and Nitty Buckets.
I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
No, you're not. You ever watched Elf? You know what you know. Anyways, I think that the first little bit of the movie kind of gets you for a second because you're waiting for that scare. It never comes.
It never ever comes.
It never comes. But the first night at Freddy's, you're like, what's going to happen?
The first night, maybe 2 nights are the best.
The first 2 nights, you're like, the second night, you're like, what's going to okay, you're like, okay, the cop comes in, it's a love story, but what's going to happen? Then the third night, the daughter gets involved, and we're like, okay, this is where we're going to get the movie really going, like, this is where the scares are going to come in.
And that's exactly where the movie goes downhill.
And you're like, oh, they like her. Oh, they're friends with her. Oh, she's excited to go back. Oh, okay, well, hopefully when she goes back, things are going to get dark. And nope, they don't get dark. They get brighter. So, after that, that's why I would say you can watch it with your kids. It might be child friendly. I'd still say it's kind of along the lines of if your kid has played this game, you can watch it, or you can watch it. I think. I'd say if your kid has played Five Nights at Freddy's, you're probably safe to watch it with them because they've probably seen all this crap. So let them watch it.
Yeah, I've never played this game, but I'm guessing like you're 6, you're 7.
There's nothing too scary about it.
If you're
At
like,
worst, they might hop into your bed after visiting Chuck E. Cheese.
yeah, but really, like it's not scary. It's not at all scary. There's episodes of Wishbone that are scarier than this.
There's episodes of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids that are
There's
scarier than
episodes
this.
of Magic School Bus that are scarier than this.
There's episodes of actually Care Bears. There's Care Bears episodes that are scarier than this.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah. I'm giving this movie a 3. It did not deliver on anything. I'm not quite sure I was expecting. I've never played the game, so I don't know what the story in the game is. So maybe if you're a heavy gamer and this kind of matched that, awesome. But I was expecting more of like a tense atmosphere, that kind of buildup of like, are we sure they're moving? Are we not sure they're moving? That kind of stuff. And we get that on like the first 2 nights, and then it turns into like them sneaking around with the moving animatronics on the last night. And the rest of it's just them building like a fort and being friends and dancing around. And they reveal
to the end.
They reveal way too early that the animatronics move and are sentient and all that stuff. And they also lean way too much into Hutchinson's
little brother.
his little brother being kidnapped.
Mhm.
There's so much of the movie that's just the same scene over and over and over again. and I get what they were trying to do, and it feels like that story was done for a different movie.
Mm-hmm.
That other movie was canceled, and that was just brought into this, rather than this being part of some cohesive story that just blends together. Like, this just did not fit, and they spent so much time
If you separate
on
the
this scene
two,
of him just trying to. What face is that?
If you separated the two, like if you separated a story where Josh Hutcherson had to go into his dreams to figure out his child or his brother's kidnapper, and then you made another one with an animatronics and everything,
Yeah,
those might be two better movies.
exactly. They just spent too much time with Josh
Hutcherson.
Bread's
Pita bread.
his side story, which was really the main story of this, and we don't get any resolution. They build
Caca.
up. They're like, oh, this dude killed my brother, but then what happened to the brother? He stuffed other kids into the animatronics where the police would never find him. But where is the brother?
He's in Cacaville.
Where is the brother? If he's not in these 4 animatronics, where is he? And it's
I don't
never
know.
resolved. We spend so much time on a plot that isn't resolved and isn't tied up.
Caca.
And then as far as the other plot, as far as like watching the place, we have a break-in in the first 30 minutes of the movie.
Which was also Caca.
And we see the burglars kind of
Being Caca.
killed,
In
kind
Caca.
of, in the tamest way. Like, and then that's it.
And
That's
it was
it.
Caca.
Like, there's nothing here.
But Caca.
It's a 3 out of 10 for me. It's a solid 3 out of 10.
All right. Well, Andrew, where can they find us?
They can find us anywhere where you find podcasts. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora's Box, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Dweezer, Pornhub.com.
Okay, and we didn't gotta bleep that out, but that's okay.
But yeah, you can find us anywhere. You can find us on Instagram at the Backseat Critics. You can find us on Twitter at the Backseat Critics. You can find us on Facebook at the Backseat Critics.
We just out here being the backseat critics, yeah. And with that being said,
We out.
we are out.
Catch us next week when we review.
Something that's not too much caca.
All right, we done with this.